Welcome to Warblog. Today we are looking at something else. I'm on a bit of a roll at the moment, and the reason being is because I've actually got a laptop here that I can record audio on, and it's quite bizarre because it's actually a really old one, and it's sort of in my bedside setup. So it's actually sort of it's almost ideal because I usually record videos sort of before I retire, so to speak. And it hadn't dawned on me at all that I could plonk a microphone into this one because it's so old and crappy, but I've just got this old crappy microphone that is actually, I think, something that would have come with a Windows 95 computer. It's that old. It's just one of these sort of plastic desktop things. It was quite common over 2 decades ago. But it seems like quite natural now to sort of make a video, but unfortunately I'm not going to be here much longer, so I'll be somewhere else, and so I might not be able to sort of keep the pace up, but it's been remarkable that I sort of slowed down so much over the Christmas period. I had reasons for it, but it was quite startling to see it actually happen, because I've usually been quite consistent. Anyway, so what I'm going to do today is play Operation Octopus. I don't know whether I've played this one before. No idea how this will play. It's don't know what to say about this really. It's part of the First Liberian Civil War, and it's a part where these guys who are the NPFL, who are essentially led by Charles Taylor, I think. And no, Charles Taylor's on the other side. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Basically, there's not much left of the National Patriotic Front of Liberia. So much so that their main assault is driven partly by a Burkina Faso units. So these ones are much stronger ones, are sort of, the units that sort of constituted the bulk of the attacking forces. But also, what we've got are on the other side. So this is like a sort of a mature period of the war when neither side actually had the forces to fight each other, and so obviously the NPFL got the Burkina Faso forces, but the Liberian forces had the ECOMOG operations there to defend, mainly to defend Monrovia. Just a couple of little things to say. This is all swamp, so it's designed to be heavy going, and in particular these motorised and mechanised units won't be able to come off this track. They simply can't move into the swamp. So that would be a fairly significant feature. Another part of this game that's maybe worth noting is that the NPFL have the small boy units, and they're actually an official sort of arrangement within their forces. Basically, they weren't particularly special, but they were there were lots of children, and I can't remember reading it or looking at it for a while, so I can't really say much more on it. But I've given them insurgent units. They're particularly tough because they sort of really have little fear. They're not strong, you don't give them any extra sort of defence, and they're fast. They move at 4 as opposed to 3, so these are the special sort of features for these small boy units. And basically they were noted for coming across through the swamps this way, so I think they sort of appear up here, and these objectives are all associated with where the small boy units were particularly active, and where hundreds or thousands of them died in these sort of swamps. So that's another sort of feature of that. I'm not sure really what more there is to say sort of background wise. The only thing that I will say from my own recollection of when I built this, it was that I'm pretty sure these road networks are going to be quite significant. And it seems to me, I'm sort of just working from memory really, but see what I first thought was, oh, it would be just really good to come down here and up there. But the thing is, if you actually consider that as a defensive feature, if you can't go into the swamp, they've just got this perfect corridor. I mean, even starting from there, perfect corridor of defensive hexes. Every one of these is basically light urban, so they're going to be, I think, doubled. And so you're just fighting from one, favourable terrain feature to another for the defence. But if you sort of come around this way, well, it's not a lot different, but I'm pretty sure that you can sort of possibly make better ground along this road. But it would appear to me that there really are only two routes. So what we do know for sure is that, let's use another colour for this. That this is all a river, obviously, but that is basically uncrossable. So there's only one route across there, so that is going to be difficult to get through. But you could somehow, let's use another colour for this, go through the swamps. Now, I'm not sure that is a really brilliant way to do it, because you've still got to sort of go through some of these light urban areas, but crossing that river I think is the big one. But I think the point that I'm sort of maybe trying to highlight here is that there are only three ways to Monrovia. Now you could argue that there is a few variants on that. For example, we could go this way to get there. That might be a good choice. Obviously we can sort of cut that off down there, but it's a pure, I'm not going to make a note of that. I mean, basically coming down this road this way or this way. The only thing where that's a major restriction, obviously, is where you've got motorised units and that need the road. So they've got to do that. But these insurgent units and these infantry units could very possibly go across through the swamps, but they can't get past this yellow line, so the access is going to be absolutely restricted. Now, again, I'm really not entirely sure, but I think, to be quite honest, I'm more favouring this way now. But we do know that small boy units are going to come down this way. It looks pretty tough. I'm really not sure what a good strategy would be. I think what I need to do is place a few times really, and then just sort of say, oh well, this worked this time, and this time maybe try it another way, and then basically either going this way or that way, or I could fight both ways. I think the thing to do in the first instance is going to be to take this unit out, and then what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to commit my strategy by sending I'm going to send the motorised and some support units this way. I'm going to send some screening units this way in anticipation of supporting the small boy units when they come on. And I'm going to send whatever else I can through here. But this force, let's use another colour here. this is going to be my main strike, or basically this unit here is just going to work at making sure these have to sit there and do something. I'm going to try and these units are just going to battle whatever we've got there, and my strategy is really to destroy these units. But if I can the thing is, if I can push my vehicles down this road and some support units, if they block me sequentially as we go down, that will be obviously a slower rate, and then these units will be able to get there, start coming in through this way. Imagine if I build up a sort of front there or something, what they'll do, they'll just bring all this stuff and all this stuff down and stack it into there, but they can only put 4 at one time. So I think, to be quite honest, I'm going to have to split my forces 3 ways in a fairly balanced way, actually, so that I'm not committed to one thing. But I want to put, I could put it 30, 30, 40, 30%, 30%, 40%. I want to put a bit of an edge through here because I want to sort of see if I can rush it. The only thing I'm a bit uncertain of is how many units are getting total, because I haven't I didn't recall the order of battle. But, oh well. So I don't know what's going on. I think they have no movement. I thought I balanced it so that they could move. Let me just pause and go into the background and have a look. Okay, I'm sort of back. I've managed to get him to move. It might have been a glitch actually, because I couldn't find anything wrong, but what I did notice was this shouldn't have been able to move. No, unless I refresh it, this shouldn't move. There you can. There's only one of them. Okay, movement is still pretty slow through that track. Well, we get a mechanised bonus. Attacker retreats. They both went on the track. How ironic. Two depressions for a retreat. Not too bad. Okay, well, let's move up. Things are slow. I'm going to leave these where they are. Okay, we've got some artillery support. In the first instance here, I'm going to fire some artillery, and hopefully I'm going to hang around for 2 turns while I regroup. I like regrouping, no effect. And that's it. Okay. One depression, so we need another turn there, but we're now getting a lot more units on. No effect. Okay. What else have we got? Very difficult terrain. The units there now as well. Look. Look at all these units. 2 lots of artillery. Well, at least we hit something at last. Oh, that was a good hit. It's 2.5 down. Huh. 2 to 1 and a DR. That could have gone the wrong way. Not sure what to do with these. Depression 4.5. Okay. Some artillery there. Small bore units. Okay, you have to change something. Just need to reload it, I think. I changed that move, so it cost them 3.1, but should have very little left. 0.65. Interesting. See whether small war units can shift this infantry company. DR, yes. Oh, I forgot to use the artillery. Oh well. Whoops. I forgot to do that. Oh god. I don't know what to do. I'm having to sort of just ignore it. I'm actually just going to ignore it and go through. It's gone for another turn. Okay. Oh, one thing as a note, they get. That's something that I forgot to say right at the start. Liberia gets its reinforcements through the port of Monrovia, which is over here. And this is why there's quite a few sort of ECOMOG forces arriving. So one of the strategies could be to take Monrovia as early as possible, but so that's something. I think what I'm going to do here is retreat. Huh, look at that, it's gone perfectly white. It's really incredible. No, I think we still need to control that bridge. Okay. Hopefully we can get them all to route 5.4. No, they're still there. Just send everybody. DE. Mm-hmm. Here we are. The only thing about that is you can't actually tell what it is. I suppose you can do the mouse over, but even that doesn't help much. Shall I pull these back? It just looks so odd. And there's not much I can do about it actually. Point 3. I want to save this bridge. That's what we got in here. Send 2 of these guys this way. Okie dokie. Got him. Not sure what to do with those. To be quite honest, he probably can't do much. He's only worth 3. To 1. Small boy units go to town. Got 1 DE. Pushing them back. Gonna have to pull these forces back, I think. Oh, look at that artillery. Yep. There's so much stuff coming down here. I keep forgetting. Well, I've totally forgotten to move these units. No effect. That was good. So we'll budge him out. Maybe not. a DR and 7-1. Two to 1 on that. I think we finally caught up with them. Done that wrong. I'm going to leave it at that. It's 38 minutes. I'm losing track of what I'm thinking about now. For some strange reason. Okay, I'll speak to you later. Cheerio.